Woman Energy, where age is just the intro and the best chapters are still being written. We're talking truth, triumph, and everything in between with zero filters. Grown women, where you at? We're right here. Hey everybody, it's Kendéll Lenice, your fave life coach, the Remix Coach. Well, I'm so excited about this very first episode of what? Grown Woman Energy. This is a place where grown women just talk, right? Grown women over 50. So think about your favorite talk shows, right? And sometimes there's no diversity in the talk shows. It's just a lot of young women of maybe a certain race, color, size. But that's not what this show is about. It is about celebrating women over 50. Like the conversations are going to be very real, very honest, very unfiltered because grown woman energy. We are grown and our energy is fire. So welcome to the first episode of Grown Woman Energy. Yes, let me tell you a little bit about, so this has been my heart project, my brain child to do something like this. Because every time I watch the shows, which I love, shows like Red Table Talk, and you got The Real, and you got all of these amazing shows where women can just be vulnerable and honest. So I said, what women do I know over 50 that still look good, feel good, and that possess that grown woman energy? Because if you're a grown woman, that energy is a little different than that little girl energy. Can I get an amen out there who's watching? So I said, who can I get to be my co-host and who can fit right into this show? Well, it was a short list, and I'm glad that I had it. First up, my girl, Sheila Dunbar. She is a podcaster herself as well as an author. And then I have my girl. So that's my girl, Sheila. Give it up for Sheila.
All right.
And then to my right, I have Regina Smithwick. She does it all. She has a podcast as well. She's an author and she's a business owner. And out of the three of us, we were live for about 100 years. Well, maybe almost, right?
Almost together.
So the thing about that is there's a lot of wisdom. Do we know everything? Absolutely not. But we know a lot about a lot. And most importantly, we know about ourselves. So it's time to get free and have free conversation. Y'all ready, ladies?
Yes.
Let's make
I can't hold it in.
It's grown woman energy.
I'm ready to talk.
As the tagline, real talk, real grown.
That's right.
And real good. So we got a good show today. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. How you
Blessed
doing?
and highly favored.
I'm
like
good.
they said, right?
I'm
Blessed and highly
good.
favored.
So as always, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a quote of the week to set the tone.
All right.
So this is a quote of the week, the GWE. And when I said the name of the show, instantly Sheila was like, GWE, I need an acronym.
That's right.
So
That's right.
what that is, right? So it's about, so you don't stop laughing when you get older. You grow older when you stop laughing.
Ooh, I
Think
like
about that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me say it again for the
It's
people on the
settled in.
side. Because,
Yeah.
the people in the back, they already got the clue now, right? Because they got warning for the people in the back. So that's the people on the sides, right? So you don't stop laughing when you get older. You grow older when you stop laughing. So let's just pause on that. When you think about that, what do you guys think?
Oh, I mean, I love that because, I feel like as I'm going into my later years as a grown woman with my energy, I like to laugh. I like to have joy. I like to have fun. And when you are exuberating that type of an energy, you just bring it around other people.
Yeah.
And people love to be around you.
Yeah.
And you're a happy person. You have joy.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
What about you? Because we've been laughing
I would
since
always
we've been
say-
here.
I will always say, my mother said is stay around young people and it keep you young. But I think that wisdom keeps you young, just being who you are, growing in who you are, and happy who you are. See, that's the key. You happy who you are.
Exactly.
Therefore, you could show that joy, and it's like internal joy. Right? And I think that comes with wisdom.
Yes.
That internal joy.
Yes.
And that's what keeps you smiling, even in spite of, or if anything goes down, and you just you got to bring that internal part. out.
Yes,
And
that
comes
part.
that comes with the
That
wisdom.
comes
Yes.
with wisdom.
Yeah, that comes with wisdom.
So that I'm glad that you said that. First, I must say, you ladies look good.
Right?
You look
Thanks to
beautiful
you.
yourself, Mama.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Look at
Thank
that.
you.
Look at that.
We doing it. We had a great
You.
makeup artist, which we'll know. We had, great
Yes,
clothes,
yes.
which we'll
Bring the
talk
90s
about
back, this Vogue.
later. Absolutely. So, but you feel good. So this episode is going to be good. But before we actually go into the episode, I really want to ask, I want to do an energy check-in. How you feeling? Like, how you feeling on the inside? Because we talk about what comes out of the outside or what we look like externally. But it all comes from the inside. So how y'all feeling? What's good?
What's
on your
lately I know that I kind of sit in moments and then kind of go, wow, like this is really happening. Because just 6-7 years ago, I wasn't even thinking about this lifestyle, like doing any of this. Like I was working at UPS, so I never really thought of just being in this moment. But it came when I figured out who I was and kind of going through the journey and process of being Regina.
Yes.
That I made sure the opportunities were there, and I didn't step in my own way. And for me to get out my way and let God come in, all of this started happening. So I would say the energy is like one of those, I wanted to capture moments. I wanted to be able to appreciate the moment I'm in. And sometimes you got to kind of sit still and kind of just go, oh, wow, this is really happening. I don't want to let it go. Sometimes when you're younger, you just let things just keep going. When you get older, you kind of sit in it and go, wait a minute, God, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity you bestowed upon me.
Yes.
And this is one of those. So that's my energy right now. Kind of like, oh, wow, this is happening.
And I can definitely relate to that because just doing this when something was in my heart space, you know what I mean? And God gives you an idea, and you want to, and it's just burning. You don't know when it's going to happen. Because if it was up to me, it would have happened last year, right? But the purpose, so I'm just really, how I'm feeling is just full of thanks and gratitude. You know what I mean? I'm feeling excited. Life is, and this show is promising. Like I'm feeling like God, you know what I mean?
Timing.
Like just thank you, God's timing. So my heart is just full with gratitude. I don't want to start crying on the first show, but for you all, seriously, I'm gracious and I'm thankful for you all to not even know, you didn't even know the name of the show. You didn't even know what I was doing. But you said you have a vision and I trust it. And I know that you seek God. You know what I mean? I don't take it lightly. You guys traveled to be here, So I just want to publicly, I already said privately, but I want to say thank you because you didn't even know what this is. So how can I not be full of gratitude right now? So that's what I'm feeling.
When you know God, though, that's what it is. When you trust God and you trust what God tells you to do and leads you.
Yes.
So God led this. It wasn't me. It was like one of those things that connected and it was like, okay, this is what you're going to do. This is going to help others.
Yes.
Not put yourself in front. You got to put other people in front of you sometimes.
Yes.
It's not all about you all the time.
Yes.
And that's what we did. And you could talk for yourself, but just, feeling that God led you.
Yeah. And that's exactly how I feel. I am full of joy because like Regina said, I never thought in 2020 that with everything that went on in 2020 with the pandemic and everything and me uprooting and moving from New York to where I am now, I never thought that this could be possible. And the way the journey of my life has come to me, I feel like it's full circle.
Yeah.
And my energy, like Kendéll said, I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to be here right now amongst Regina and Kendéll. I thank God that the way we met, that we were spiritually led, and that I always say this, and I'm gonna tell her this right now. I always tell her, you are my mentor. Even though I'm older than you, you are my mentor. Don't start crying. Don't start crying. But she is my mentor, and I love this sister right here because she has put a fire in me to know that at my age, I can do anything I want to do. I became an author because of Kendéll. I became a podcaster because of Kendéll, and she pushed me. And I never thought I was going to be here. So I'm grateful, and I'm full of energy, and I thank God for this moment.
Yeah.
Well, and I praise him.
Can I give my flowers real quick before you move on?
Oh, Lord.
So, when you meet people, when you get to a place in life that you understand who you are and the like-mindedness of being with people that's like-minded and people that keep you going and keep you on your grind, you got to get people that's smarter than you.
Yes.
Right? this woman been in this industry for over 20-something years, right?
Mm.
Been in the industry that she sometimes thinks that's not hearing her. And we talked about this all the time. And people hear her because we heard her, because we're here.
We're here.
Wow.
So for that energy and for her to be who she is, a lot of times we just keep moving and pushing. But this is the right time to say, your first episode, that you are the reason why I am getting better, and I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's, because I see what you do all the time online, on her flow.
Wow.
She always coming with it.
Right.
And she makes me go, the days I'll be like, oh, let me get up, because this girl here, she's doing something else out today.
Always, right?
Always, right? But that's the thing, though.
Always.
But that's the people you need in your life. Don't be scared of people that challenge you, and they challenge you without even telling you they challenge you. It's being who they are, but you're attached to that energy, and that what makes you want to go, let me get my grind on. Let me get this together. Let me do this. Just doing this alone, it's like, okay, let me just get my stuff together. So kudos to you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey and doing this show.
Thank you, sister.
So we're just vessels holding on to what you're doing.
Amen.
So this is all you.
That's right.
Thank you for letting us be involved in your journey.
Y'all trying to take me out.
Look, back to you, Jim.
Y'all trying to take me out. Y'all know I'm Waterworks over here. It means so much. And I'll give y'all payments later.
You be like,
we gotta give you your flowers now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your flowers now, baby. You gotta get your flowers now.
That comes with wisdom too, because you always think you
right.
always have time. It comes with wisdom.
That's
You say,
right.
let me tell you now, because you know in this world, you know what's gonna happen. Let me let you know. And I'm not gonna let you know afterwards when I'm looking down at you. I want you to know why you're wide awake and you're looking at me, and I'm telling you. So.
Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. And I've had separate conversations privately with you all about how sometimes I feel like, you know, to be honest, I feel like I've been in this industry for so long, and sometimes I feel like I'm not seen, right? Or my hard work is in vain because I'm always working and I'm always grinding and I'm always praying and I'm always talking to God. And sometimes when you do something for a long time, I often say I feel like sometimes I was too early in some of the stuff that I was doing. And I feel like now people are just like going past me. But, you know, God really has to say, like, it's perfect timing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's in his time, not in
timing.
my time. All I can do is just keep doing the work. You know what I mean? So for you all to say that privately and publicly, it means a lot to me. Like, I don't take that lightly. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Woo,
And sometimes redirect how you think about it, because when you think people passing you by, we ain't pass you by. We're here.
We're here. That's right.
And sometimes we got to look at it in different ways. Like, okay, it's not the way that I think it is, but you're touching lives right now.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is working.
Yeah.
You touched us. So.
And you're being refined. Maybe what was happening is
Wait.
you're being refined. She's being refined. Remix and refine, because you know, it's like maybe they weren't ready for you then. They weren't ready for you, Kendéll. They weren't, you know, maybe you are at the perfect moment right now for Sheila and for Regina and for all those other listeners out there. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I agree.
I received that.
You know?
Refined, remixed, and received.
Woo.
3 R's.
That's a T-shirt right there.
3 R's.
That's a
Don't
T-shirt.
The next show should be like,
You already know.
the next show will be on.
I'm just waiting for a chance to go make a T-shirt. You already know. Shoot, I done got this. I put it on the iPad case, and Regina was like, "I don't
that's a
see
good
anybody
idea.
do this.
That's
They
a
always
great
have
idea.
the cards." But I'm like, I'm speaking through my iPad, so my
right.
mind is always going on how I can
Always.
improve and
Look
make
at that.
things better. So I appreciate y'all. I just love y'all. Thank you. Thank you for that. And both of you, amazing women. It's not, like I said, by accident or happenstance that you're here. You know?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into this episode?
Let's get into it.
All right. Well, the first episode, it has to be, and it's so funny you use the word, redefining 50, not your mama's midlife. We're not your mama's 50. So we're going to start by breaking myths about aging. Y'all ready for that?
Okay.
So I have
Let's hear it.
I have some myths, and I want to know if it's true or false.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Yep. Let's go.
All right. So we're breaking these myths, y'all, over about women over 50. And we're going to really clarify the truth. Y'all ready? All right. women over 50 are invisible.
No, I don't believe
because
that.
I gotta start with that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that at all.
Okay.
No.
So women are more visible. We're more powerful and influential than ever.
Yes.
Right? So when you think about, you know, you hear actresses talk about this. Like I heard Vivica Fox talk about it. I've heard Lisa Ray McCoy talk about it. When women are over 50, right? In the industry, it's like, okay, now you can't play Vivica, so you can't play the young ingenue, and you gotta be somebody's mama or grandmother, like you can't. Yeah. But honey, y'all know the movie Friday. So Friday just had his 30th year anniversary, and y'all remember Miss Parker?
Yes.
Honey, she's doing something now 30 years later. That lady still looks amazing.
Beautiful.
She looks beautiful. All right, so that's debunked.
Debunked.
We debunked that.
Debunked.
We debunked. All right, dating after 50.
Okay, look at my camera.
I'm gonna let y'all two answer that.
Dating is over after 50.
Oh,
you can't be dating after 50. What? You too old. What you talking about? All right, let's talk about that. Because many women find better, healthier love. Y'all know that's what I promote after 50. And sometimes for the first time.
Yeah.
You
know, I'm married, so I'm not dating right now. I don't think my husband would appreciate me dating right now. But
he was like, I think we're too far in for that.
But you know, I think that me personally, well, not me personally, but I think dating after 50 is a lot easier for women because you know you're at a point where you don't have to settle for no one.
Yes,
you have your own. Most women over their 50, they have their own. They're not dependent upon a man to do anything. So it's like you're not wasting your time with someone. You're not looking to get someone not looking to get married. You just out there, you know, so you have time to find love. And when you do find love, you're going to pick the right person because, you know, they're going to be settled. You're going to be settled and you're just going to be out there having a good time.
Yeah. And all the mistakes that you made in your 20s you ain't and 30s and 40s, even hopefully, you know, experience gave us wisdom.
Yeah. It gives you wisdom. And on top of that, when you're younger, your grind is totally different. You're still growing. You career-wise, you're still climbing the ladder. You still trying to figure out who you are. You know, it's so many other elements that comes in dating when you're in your 20s and 30s and sometimes 40s. And your 50s and above, you're kind of, well, not always, but a lot of people kind of know who they are or they feel good at who they are or they at a place. When you date now, you're dating for companionship, you're dating for memories and to make those moments, right? It's different. You want someone that, you know, you talk about retirement soon. You're talking about, you know, well, where are we going to move? Where's going to be our last home? Your whole conversation is different when you're in your 50s. And you're looking at, sometimes you date, you don't want to date someone with younger kids. You want someone who don't have any kids, you know. So your options are totally different when you're older, right? So I think when you're older, dating is more for you. Not for you thinking about children in the future or you thinking about careers and where I'm going to live. You just want to be happy. You want someone to share your life with, make memories with, and have a good time with. You're not thinking about all that other stuff because usually at this time in your life, your finances should be okay enough that y'all kind of like just kind of bringing it in.
Yes.
But you're not trying to grind it in. You know, you're kind of at a spot already.
Yes.
So I think dating when you're older is fun. It is better. It's so much better.
That's good. I can attest to that. All right. So
you want to elaborate on that?
I know, right?
You want to elaborate on that?
It's better because dating in your 50s is better because hopefully, like I was saying, you've learned, right? You've grown. You have more patience. Or understanding and compassion. Because I know I find myself, you know, dating because I'm dating, you know, in my 50s. And I find, well, I have, you know, a boyfriend. So I feel like I can be a better version of myself for me, which in turn he receives. You get what I'm saying? Because it all starts with me. That. I have to be a better version of me for me, you know, and I have to life coach myself sometimes so I can be a better version for him or any woman who is dating. It's important to do that. And a lot of times people are trying to do it earlier years, trying to be the person, the women that the man wants. or how he wants it, or he doesn't want me to do this, so I'm not going to do this, or he feels that this, or I'm not going to wear red lipstick because he might not like it. And all of these things that people do when you be in your 50s, you're like, this is me. Like we were talking earlier, I'm going to do what I want to do for me. And in turn, that makes my insides happy. So I'm going to exude happiness, right?
Happiness, right, internal.
All right. So I got a couple more. And this is we're going to have because we have the fashion fit tip, and we're going to talk about fashion. We're going to just debunk some things, but you can't be fashionable or even sexy over 50. So the true style and confidence often peaks. Look, it often peaks over 50, right? Because we dress for ourselves, not for the trends or approval. Because I know when I was younger, I was not wearing nothing sexy or showing because how I was raised, right? I was very modest. So even over 50 now, like, I'm going to wear that, hand me that midriff, hand me that little bustier, because it's about feeling good for yourself. What do you think, ladies?
Yeah.
Well, I always like to show a little bit skin.
I know that. A little bit skin.
Look, just a little bit skin. Look, just a little bit.
You said a little bit skin.
No. A little bit of skin.
Okay.
I always like to show a little bit of skin.
Yes.
I've always been like that, and as I've gotten older, it's like I've gotten even more confident.
Yep.
Confident in myself, in my body. And no, so I don't agree with that. I believe that women who are over 50, we sexy. We can wear whatever we want.
Whatever we want.
We can wear whatever we want. And what color? That's right.
Agree.
I'm about to make y'all mad with this one.
Uh-oh.
So this myth is your best years are behind you. Let me just say, many women say that their 50s and beyond are the most free, the most fun, and fulfilled they've ever been. So do you feel like your best years are behind you?
No, I think my best years are just coming.
Come on.
I think so too. I mean, I think I lived more in the last 6 years than I lived in all
Wow.
my life.
Yes.
That's
The
real
last
talk.
6 years really impact my life so much so. And change means you have to change. That means change has to happen. And it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of people dropped off, a lot of places and things. But it was well worth it because I'm happy, like that internal happiness.
Yeah.
I'm happy in who I am, and I'm not looking for someone to tell me that they need my approval or I need their approval.
Right.
So, yeah, I would say the last 6 years been amazing.
I love it. Well, y'all know my saying, it's never too late to remix your life at any stage, age, or phase,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So some people might say, well, it's too late to do this. It's too late to do that. But I believe in aging fearlessly and reinventing yourself. Like you said, you're living more now than you have. So women start new hobbies, switching careers, switching out men. Going back
I was trading this one in.
Right. Moving across the country.
That's right.
That's right.
Traveling, internationally by themselves.
Citizenships and
That's
everything.
right.
My cousin is 51 and she's starting or redefining a music career as a pop star.
What?
You know what I mean? And you got family members like, why is she doing that? She 50, should be 50, she 51.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
is she
yeah.
doing that?
Sometime-
and I'm like,
yeah.
do
For the
your
reason you
thing.
just said. That's exactly the reason why she's doing it.
Exactly. So
Look, I'm starting. Listen, I'm starting guitar lessons.
Come on.
I got my. I had my husband buy me a guitar a couple of years ago, and it was sitting around. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start them guitar lessons. Starting guitar lessons. I started painting.
yeah.
I didn't think about stuff like that. So you can do whatever you want to
That's
do.
right.
That's the thing. You could do whatever you want
That's
to
right.
do. If you want to start a hobby, I started podcasting
That's right.
That's
in my
right.
50s.
That's right.
Exactly. Because you're in the place where you need to be to start. You wasn't
Exactly.
ready back then.
Yes.
You wasn't. I mean, just traveling is great, but I'm looking into dual citizenship. I want to go live somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Ooh,
a lot of
yes.
people's like, oh, why you
Yeah.
want to leave? Because there's places outside of here that's actually better, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just this
Yeah.
place.
Especially now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's being open. That's what
Yeah.
comes with that. It's being open. When you get older, you're like not scared as much to
Yeah.
try things. You're not worrying about what people are going to say. You
Yeah.
just going to do them.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no mistakes.
Yeah.
No mistakes.
So it's so good. So I just want to say that, older women, it's not about like, oh yeah, younger woman, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we were there. It's not about that. It's about celebrating one another, but really amplifying our voices. It's just like when people say, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter, it doesn't mean that other lives don't matter. It means that we matter too and we have a voice. So that's really what it's about. And, you see things on TikTok, like, I saw something saying, oh yeah, well, I don't know what, sometimes midlife Black women are jealous. Did you see that?
No.
Jealous of, like she was talking about in the workplace. And she said that it's a barrier where they seem like they're not happy for her. So I said, first, let me say this. It's not all the women. I said, I keep young people around me. And I said, maybe some of them women feel like they wish they could have done that, or they wish they had their position, or maybe they wish they moved like they see you moving.
Exactly.
So I said, it might be a little envy and they don't know how to display that. So I tell the older women out there, there's still nothing that you can't do. So we don't have to treat younger women as this, seniority type thing and all of that. We're all women.
Like I know,
let's teach them.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Let's teach them. And let's show them that. But I think that's because women over 50 feel like there's a cutoff.
Yeah.
A lot the women over 50 I know don't feel that way.
No, but
But some. So what do you think about that before we bring our guests?
I don't think that at all. I mean, I've never, as I'm getting older, I've never looked at a younger person and said, I know more than you, or I'm going to teach, I have a problem with you. No, because as older women, we're here to guide you and to show you and to show you what you can be,
and to show you it's good over here. Like I couldn't wait till I turn 50.
Yeah, I'm
turn 50. I'm turning 50.
And I'm like, I can't wait to the next chapter in my life. You know what I'm saying? I it's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm having a beautiful life, and I didn't have all of that when I was in my 20s and my 30s. Even when I turned 40, I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna know something.
Yeah,
I didn't know nothing when I turned 40.
Yeah.
50 now? Please, come on.
But the being around youth is amazing. Like I said, my mother always said, being around young people keep you young. But we learn so much from each other.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you, these younger people that, I'm dealing with some people that's helping me with my business and rebranding. Oh my gosh. I'll be going in there ready. I'm like, okay, what we're doing today? What we're doing today?
Yeah, fearless.
They're like, okay, and you listening to them and everything to them is like no big deal. And I'm saying like, what? So I'm glad for that.
That's
we need that. And they need us. It's like, it's no one better. It's just that we got two different things that we know. Let's swap it.
Let's
make us
help each other out.
Yeah,
that's right.
Powerful we will be going like this. Them and trying to find reasons not to.
I remember I was in my 20s and I was watching Oprah, and I think she had Felicia Rashad on there. She had all of these people, and they were all turning 40. I think it was 40 or 50. And they were making it sound so lit over there. They were like, oh my God. And I'm in my 20s like, dang, I can't wait till I turn 40. And that's how I felt in my 50s because it just gives you something different. So I'm excited about our guest. We have a virtual guest. She's out of Atlanta, Georgia. And this is the She Still Got It Grown Woman Spotlight.
All right.
So her guest, this is Natalie Alexander. Hey, Natalie, welcome to Grown Woman Energy.
Hi, Kendéll. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much.
Hello. So you still got it. What you still got?
What you still have?
You still got it. No, not what you still have. What you still got, right? What you got, and what great things and what great strides are you just in this, your first endeavor into, or what are you doing to show that you still got it?
Among so many other things, business and things like that, the thing that I want to share that I got is the freedom to dance and express. So I've always wanted to be a dancer, and when I was younger, and my parents were like, "No, because that's not going to create a lot of revenue." So I put that to the back. But when I turned 50, I started attending a West African dance group. And I learned African dance. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got a call from the company, the founder of the company, who offered me an apprenticeship in the company to be a part of the group and learn African dance and perform with them in African dance group. So
wow. See, let's get
That's beautiful. Yes.
Natalie, you still got it. You still got it.
Yes.
You still got it. And it's something different and something new. The dreams don't. You know, you hear that expression all the time. I hear LL say it. I hear a lot of people say it. Dreams don't expire. Cheryl Lee Ralph just said it when she got her Hollywood Walk of Fame star. So I think it's so important to really show and showcase women. That's why I wanted to do this spotlight. Is there anything else you want to share? And I thank you for joining us on this very first episode of Grown Woman Energy. And thank you for your yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sure. One more thing. I am a mental health professional, and I was recently, I accepted a position as the assistant clinical director of a mental health agency here in Atlanta. So that's beyond my wildest dreams, and it is a new venture, but I am so honored and privileged to be a part of this kind of movement for our people in Atlanta, providing mental health services and connections that way. So,
so the count of three, we're proud of you. 1, 2, 3. We're proud of you. You still got it. I love it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity, for allowing us to speak to you. And yes, confirmed, sealed, you still got it.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. So, and that's the thing. We have to celebrate one another.
Yeah.
You ever see I know, you ever see the videos going around social media where all the women are like, yes, clapping and sending this to a woman that still got it. So now Natalie Alexander still has it, as many do. All right, so we're going into the fashion fit tip, y'all.
Ooh, okay.
Fashion fit tip.
I like
that. So I got somebody just going just come next to me. Her name is Kim, and she's from Classic Consigns with KYS. She's just going to sit right here with me. Come on, you're just going to come real quick. And she's going to come right here. This is how we doing it. We doing it live. She's going to come in my spot right here. There she go, right here. All right, Kim, so
that's pretty,
you look
Kim.
beautiful.
Yeah,
you're beautiful.
I think you still got it. I think you still got it. She like, I never left. It never left you.
No.
All right. So we're going to talk about who beat all these faces. But first, this is, you want to talk about it?
Yes, the red and black lace corset. Paired with the crisp white shirt, and you know
these sleeves. Talk about
everything. Let me tell you, you can take a simple shirt and add, have a nice sleeve, or have a nice piece of neck candy, and it just changes the whole look.
Yes,
every time. But this red and black corset with the lace,
yes,
extremely fire, and that all of you beautiful ladies look wonderful in your classic consigns.
Yes. So let me ask you quickly. So we're talking about myths and talking about these 50-year-olds out here in these streets, including us. We're not your mama's midlife, right? It's different. So what are some of the myths that you hear in fashion that people think, well, I can't wear this, I can't wear that, I'm over 50?
Well, it's funny that you talk about the myths, because that was one of my topics.
Come on.
And I wanted to talk about bold colors.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things. And they said that bold colors are only for the young.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not true.
Nope.
That is not true at all. So I think that bold colors add energy,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring life
Mm-hmm.
to you, to any outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
But you have to own it. If you do not own it,
Yep.
it's going to be a fashion fail.
Mm.
However, if you own it, it's everything. Color gives me energy.
Mhm.
Color gives me confidence.
Mhm.
And you can have swag over 50.
Ooh, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
In a year and a half, I will be 60.
Come on.
And there's no signs of slowing down.
No.
Whatsoever.
No.
And let me
No
tell you,
yellow lights here.
no,
Only green.
Only green.
Mhm.
Exactly. No
Talking about
red,
color.
No yellow. Only green.
Only green.
Okay. So trendy.
Mm-hmm.
We can now. my business is Classic Consigns by KYS.
In Baltimore, Maryland.
In Baltimore, Maryland, 7214 Harford Road.
Okay. All right now.
But I believe that trendy is what you make it. Now, fashion is what you make it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So trendy, you can pair classic with trendy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's all about how you own it.
Yes.
And if you pair it, and if you have a stylist like myself or Amber from the boutique, we can put these pieces together and still give you that grown woman energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
Exactly.
on. Come on, GWE.
Now, I also think that when you take a trendy piece with something timeless, then that really elevates it. So again, as long as you put a timeless or a classic piece, we can all do trendy over 50. But again, exactly.
The corset. I was seeing the trend and I was like, yes, I gotta have it.
Yeah, but it's all in the way you carry it.
Yes.
So
and you carrying it.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. When we saw you in that piece yesterday, I knew it.
That was it.
I knew it.
That was it.
Exactly.
As soon as you saw it.
And let me tell you what else is another myth. Jeans. You can wear jeans at all ages.
Yeah.
But there's a myth that women over 50 are not supposed to wear jeans.
Oh, that's my favorite.
That's my thing too.
Exactly. And one of
Somebody
the most
give me some pearls I can
comfortable
clutch 'em.
and casual. But it's always about finding the right cut, having the right fit. And a lot of people are wearing the distressed jeans right now. They'll never go out of style. But you can pair that with a nice blazer and a crisp white tee.
Yes.
That elevates it.
Yes.
So that takes it to the grown woman energy level.
Kim, we thank you so much for those tips because we got to teach the children.
Yes, we do. Yes,
and
we
the
do.
older adults.
Yes, we do.
Right? The seasoned ones. Because I'm not senior. I'm seasoned.
Exactly.
Yes.
That part.
And they can learn something from us.
And we're going to leave with that. Kim, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you, Kim.
appreciate you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So we're winding down with this episode because we're going to do another episode. Yeah,
all
we
right.
ain't playing. We going through that's why I got my tablet with my iPad. We going right through, right? All right. So this is a segment called, and this is from our social media.
Okay.
Heard you, sis, right? So this is about responding to emails or social media posts or just those that had something to say about women over 50. So I took the question to TikTok and to my social media, and I asked, what are you feeling over 50? What are you doing extraordinary? Comment or a question. So here's Crystal Williams says, being 50 is fabulous. 100% I'm being fantastically fearless. Right? She also said, random, I do have insomnia.
You know what?
Not sure if age is to blame, but that's what I'm blaming it on.
Yeah.
And that's real. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Menopause is a thing. My cousin, of course, commented that I talked about earlier, saying making music. Miss Kim says, I'm 56. I'll be 57 in August. I'm just working on me. Got some trips planned this summer. Yeah, I'm just pretty much self-caring and taking care of me. We can relate to that, right?
Yes.
This user says, and it's just a bunch of numbers at the end, so sorry I can't shout your name out. I'm loving it. I'm fine. I finally learned not to pay attention to what others think of me. I'm retired. I'm going to study for my SAT exam.
Ooh.
If I score well, I'm going. And then she said, if she scores well, then she's going to apply to law school.
It's not if you are.
When. It's when you finish.
And
when
this
you
is
get it.
over 50. And I'm going to leave it with that, and I'll read some more on the next episode. But people are out there, and people are talking, and there's a whole TikTok, like a over 50 TikTok. Y'all know about that?
No.
Oh, it's lit. It's lit over there. It's a lot of couples.
Oh, I got
it's a lot of
to
dancing.
check that out. I got to check that out.
It's a lot of, it's called 50 and over TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's little things like these 50. You ever see the memes? I mean, the videos, these 50 these days.
Oh, yeah.
They looking better than the 35 year old.
Yeah.
So, you know, I be trying to jump in them challenges. Just to celebrate. And it's really to just show people differently. Yep. Like there's nothing wrong with aging. I would rather age than not age. What's the option?
Yes. Exactly.
Right? I'm aging or I'm not here.
Yeah.
So one thing that's sure, if we stay alive, which God is granting us, we are going to age.
That's right.
And there's nothing wrong with aging fearlessly, right? Yes, all right, so what y'all think so far of this episode? And I just have to ask, because I really want to have a truth segment as we end.
Okay.
A real moment, a vulnerable space. Think about something, and we're going to, answer quickly. Something that, maybe aging, something that may scare you or something that you think about, because there's two sides to the coin. So, I mean, I'll go first while you guys think. The first thing that thinks up, aging. That's it. Not because we don't look good and feel good, but aging, if we go the process of aging, we're getting closer to retirements, getting closer to maybe not being here, getting closer to, sometimes health, different challenges. We're closer to, maybe our children growing up, closer to grandparenting or whatever. We're just moving in a different space and legacy. Those kind of things that we think about, maybe that we didn't think about in our 20s or 30s. Yeah. So those are some of the things. And, and unfortunately, what kind of makes me sad, and my dad is no longer here. He died in 2019. But thinking about our parents aging, because as we age, our parents age. And there are a lot of people in their 50s that don't have their parents anymore. And I still have my mom. So, of course, you think about things like that. What are some of the things that you think about?
It's funny that you would say that. I lost my mom in 2020 after her dying at 99, and I lost her in 2020. And the one thing that I'm really fearful about is not having my husband. Is losing my husband. Yeah. And because
I just had a girlfriend who just went through
and I have two friends who lost their husbands, and unfortunately that is something as you get older that you face, and that is something that I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong, but that's something that I fear that I will be left, or my husband will be left without me, or I'll be left without him.
Yes.
Because we have a really good relationship, and as you get older, you want that companionship. You, especially with someone. I've been married going on 25 years. Woo! I'll be 25 in July. 25 years in July. So, I pray that God will allow us to have another, 25. We can hit that 100-year, grow really old together.
Yeah, and that's a real thought. One of my girlfriends just lost her husband, and she's really going through it. Yeah. And the same thing, together 27 years. So that really is a thought. Yeah. What about you, Regina, as we wind down?
To be transparent, I was raised as an only child. And I lost my dad in 2012, and I just lost my mother in 2023. It's hard. It's hard to navigate this life not knowing that you're by yourself. Yeah. And you have your kids, but it's like hard to kind of figure this out without them. Yeah. Yeah. Because now I got to do my own new traditions and try to figure out stuff. Yeah. Christmas and Thanksgivings and Mother's Days and Father's Days and all this stuff that I used to celebrate is hard to celebrate now. Yeah. And it's hard because Christmas is not Christmas. Yeah. And I was just sitting there. It was just like so quiet and so... Love your parents, y'all. Yes. Love your parents. Yes. Because when they're gone, it's just hard to navigate. Yeah. And it's hard because you just don't know. You just don't know what to do. You feel so lost. So That's my transparency right now.
Can I say one thing? And you know what, Regina?
And you have sisters, and I know it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know,
I was raised as only child.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, now
No, I'm saying now.
Oh, yeah,
now.
yeah.
You know.
Yes.
You want me to? I can come over for Christmas.
I'll definitely come over.
Mother's Day, we wrote a book. I wrote a book Mother's Day, and I had
and that was
both
right
of you
around the time my
ladies are
mother
in
passed
it.
away when
Wow.
that happened.
Yeah.
Remember?
Wow.
My mother
Yes.
just passed.
I do remember
Yeah, she
that.
just
Look at
passed
that.
when it
And look
happened.
at the gift that you gave her.
Oh.
But the gift that the legacy that you're giving your parents is living well,
Yeah.
and everything that they taught you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are because of you
Yeah.
are because of them. No, you still
Yeah.
look beautiful.
Yeah.
But you are because of them.
Yeah.
So you are their walking legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you hold them alive. But I get what you're saying. I get, and there's so many people out there that they're gonna get what you're saying, and that's real. And that's so we got to talk about the real. It comes with age.
Your parents.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This was a good first episode. What
Yeah,
y'all think?
I like it. I
Yes.
love it. I love it.
love it.
I love it here. We love it over here.
I love it over
I
here.
We
know.
love
I
it
know.
over here. This is final word.
Okay.
The grown woman gem. In a sentence, in a small thought, quickly, what is something that you advice or a quote that you want to leave with somebody watching, a woman
If you
who is 49 and a
49
half.
and a half
She
and
about to
3
come on
quarters, right?
over to the lit side. She about to come on over.
If you don't live for yourself, you're gonna live for somebody else.
Ooh. What about you?
You know what? Don't stop. Don't let anyone slow your roll. You can start anything at over 50. I'm going pushing 60. I'm going to turn 60 this year, and I'm just starting.
Yes. And my gem for you is just think of 2 words. I can. If you're ever questioning yourself, if you're ever wondering if you can, tell yourself, I can. Right? Instead of talking yourself out of whatever you're trying to do, if it's good for you, if it works for you, if it feels good in your soul and your spirit and you're doing right by yourself, say, I can. So that's so important to say because it's never too late to remix your life at any age, stage, or phase of life.
Come on.
And it's not a mantra or quote that I made up eons ago, right? It's about because I had to remix my life over and over again. And sometimes remixing your life is a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing the same things the same way. So you know how they say, I'm not only a member, I am the president, right? That's what I am. I had to remix my life.
Yeah.
So if I had to remix my life with all the tools and stuff that I know, everybody got to do it.
Yep.
Everybody got to do it. Whatever walk of life, it's never too late to remix your life. All right, this was a great show, ladies.
Yes.
Thank
One
you.
down.
That's
Grown
Sheila
women.
Dunbar. That is Regina Smithwick.
Yes,
and
it
I put
is.
my little notes down on here because I really want to talk about it. This definitely was a great show and one in the can for the first episode.
Yes.
As always, all right. So this is the thing. We can't wait till the next episode. It's going to be a good episode, y'all. You're going to want to tune in. As always, don't forget the world runs better with a little grown woman in it. I'm just saying, the world runs better with a little. Until next time, sis, embrace your grown woman energy because we have. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. God bless you. Peace.
Number 1.
Yes.